Hi, I'm Lorraine and I'm from the Lewis Foundation.
Hi, I'm Lee and I'm from the Lewis Foundation. Yeah, so back in the day, my mum had cancer. We spent a lot of time with my mum in hospital. We sat next to my mum and realised that there were so many patients that were sitting there bored. I was in a really dark place. I used to buy a lady a paper, and after 4 months of realising this lady had no visitors and the smile on her face, it made me smile. So then Lorraine started buying the paper for the lady when I wasn't there. And we just realised that there were so many people that didn't have visitors to go and buy them essential items. So that's what made us have the idea of setting up the Lewis Foundation, where we provide free gifts for adult cancer patients.
At the time where we doubted at first that it probably couldn't work is when we were probably about a year into doing the charity, and it was getting really hard to raise funds because we'd exhausted all of our family and friends, and also in the hospital setting it was getting really hard to give the packs out because people couldn't understand why a stranger who didn't know them wanted to give them something for free. And so we got to a stage where it was about a year in where we almost ran out of money. And then we got a £50,000 legacy donation from a patient who we've been supporting since the charity started. And for us, that reassured us that actually what we did was important and it mattered, and he wanted us to help people so they felt the way he did. And for us, that changed our mindset and everything and made us realise actually what we're doing was important. And what people don't see about our work is how hard it is, so that it actually consumes your life. So it's not kind of a 9 to 5, it's like sometimes it's a 24/7, 7 days a week, 365-day a year, because we're giving out packs all the time. So I think what people don't understand is that the sacrifices that we make to our lives personally to make it happen, which we choose to do and we're happy to do it, but also the sacrifices other people that become a part of it make as well, that they want to do whatever they can to give back and help others. So I think it looks effortless and we look like we're having loads of fun, which we are, but there's a lot of work that goes into it to make it fun, but also to get that end result as well.
So I love obviously helping people. The biggest surprise for me was for how many people actually need help out in the community. The packs, when we take them in hospitals, the amount of nurses that are waiting for our toiletries and all that because patients can't have that sort of normal stuff. So for me it was a really big eye-opener when I saw how much normal stuff we have day to day that patients didn't have. So that was a big opener for me when I wasn't ever seen that before. So like Lorraine said, when we first set up, we had this little idea and then basically we had all this money. Then COVID sort of happened and the money just stopped overnight. So for us, that was our biggest challenge, was trying to figure out how do we create our own money but sustain this still with the same charity work and still the same amount of packs, because in COVID we tripled in size. So we went from something like 500 packs to 2,000 packs a month. So for us it was like, look, how do we sort of get our own money in? So we sat down as a team and then sort of came up with the coffee shops and the sort of surplus campaign that funds our shops to then help our charity.
When for us getting the finances right made it possible, especially like it was diversifying our income streams. We've moved kind of away from the traditional charity model of just fundraising, donations and grants, because it was too unpredictable about when the money was coming in, and we've got hospitals waiting for us, we've got the patients waiting for us. So by diversifying our income streams into cafes, which we've got experience of, and also the shops, it's gave us that guaranteed baseline income, so we actually know what money's coming in, which means we can be guaranteed to provide our service and then look at how we expand that service to grow and help other people who want our support as well. So it's about looking at the different options we have for diversifying our income streams and trying to support as many people as possible. I think it's about recognising that society has changed. That's what we've learned as a charity, and that it is really hard for people with the cost of living, especially having an impact. So what we've been doing is looking at how do we work with the actual members of the public, so we meet their needs and they meet ours. So for example, the shop works beautifully because people can come in and buy toiletries or cleaning products or food, knowing the money's going back to charity and they're getting it at a cheaper cost. So it's a win-win for both. So I think it's about having that confidence as an organisation to ask the members of the public who are supporting you, why can't you support us anymore? They've told us it's because of the cost of living. So okay, we've adapted to work with that. So I think it's about having those conversations with people, and it's okay to have those conversations because for us it has really worked. For us, working with Cottons, we've been working pretty much for 8 years, so pretty much the whole length of the charity. And we reached out when we got the legacy donation of £50,000, which was a lot of money for us in a short space of time. And from then, they've worked alongside us ever since, so have been actually a part of our growth journey. And if there's any questions in terms of finances, you know, there's always somebody you can get in contact with, and you've got that support. When we started to take on team members, they were there to help us with like questions with payroll, pensions, and they're things that we don't have any knowledge of it or expertise of. And I think people completely underestimate how important it is to get your finances right and the consequence of it. So we know that anything we need to do finance-wise, we can reach out to Cottons, and they've supported us and explained it and had our back. So yeah, it's become part of the journey.
So my financial challenge was when the charity started getting really, really big, and then trying to find that sort of get the packs down to a certain price. So when we first started, our packs were £10 a pack. We grew and grew and grew. We couldn't sustain that. So working closely with wholesalers and companies and getting donations in, that was the big thing for me, was how do you secure that connections with companies so that we secure good products still at good prices to then give the patients good products.
Yeah, at the moment that really sticks with me about beneficiary supporters. So there was a lady who had cancer and she had 4 sisters, and she lost her hair, which was a really, really big deal to her. So her sisters said they wanted to do a fundraiser so where they would all shave their heads so that their sister wouldn't feel alone. So there was a massive event, like a party, where we were invited to come along, and all the sisters had like matching outfits and they all shaved each other's hair, and at the end it was nice because there was that picture, which is one of my favourite pictures, where they're all together and yeah, supporting each other so their sister didn't feel so alone. And for me that reminds me of like why we do what we do. It's about supporting each other and being there for each other. And you know, we're still in contact with the family now. The lady's in remission, but that's like a united, connected moment for us all, and that's really special why we do what we do. I think success for me means being able to help others. I think everything the charity does is about helping other people who are in need and making sure people don't feel alone. So success to me isn't like the big awards or anything like that. It's actually knowing that somebody's going into a hospital setting and they've got support, they're not alone, they've got everything they need and their community cares about them. So success for me is about looking after and helping others, and yeah, I feel proud to be able to do that.
Just basically concentrate on what you think you want to help with. So if we wanted help with gift packs, so we fully concentrate on the gift packs. It's very easy to go off target and start thinking of other ideas, or you'll see people that want to give you other ideas. So for me, as a thing, you have to really stick to your guns and just believe what you're doing and really, really stick at it. Because like I said, if you start going off the other ways, then it gets really, really hard to concentrate on the thing you originally loved. So that's my advice.